friends, so we're here today at the hospital and it is, what day is it? February the 3rd, and it's going to be 9 o'clock, and so far we are admitted. I got Pitocin, I'm having contractions, and it's Super Bowl Sunday, so we got Daddy here, but you can't see him. And yeah, baby's doing okay, I'm doing okay. So far I have not gotten epidural, so I don't know how far I am as far as dilation goes, but we're waiting for the doctor, and I'll keep you guys updated. Do you want to show them like the contractions monitor? Okay guys, so right now it is 2:45 and I am 6 centimeters dilated. And they got me using a peanut ball right now just to open up my hips. Baby's doing okay. I'm starving. What else? Anything else, babe?
I'm just a cameraman.
It's just a cameraman. I'm having Jello, and it's the best Jello I've ever had. But yeah, we'll update you soon.
That wasn't much of an update, but alright.
Well, you have to keep me up. We have to help too. Oh, they had me on all fours because his heart rate was kind of like going down. He didn't like the position I was in before, but right now he's doing fine. And yeah, we're hoping he'll come soon. They got me on my Pitocin. The dosage is a little higher now, and I'm having contractions. Hey friends, it's me Samantha, and I'm here today because I'm going to be telling you all about my labor and delivery with baby boy. So I know the last video you saw was actually the giveaway that I was doing on my channel. So thank you everybody who actually entered. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to be announcing the winner at the end of this video, so you'll have 48 hours to get in contact with me. I'll leave my information down below, and if I do not hear back from you, then we'll go ahead and redraw new winners if I don't hear back from you within 48 hours. Okay, so I know you guys are like super excited, and I had some people ask me on the comments like, oh, where did you disappear to? Like, you know, I haven't heard from you in a long time. But yeah, so I had a baby boy on the 3rd of February at 5:17 p.m. So he was a Super Bowl baby. And I'm just going to tell you guys pretty much what happened because I didn't get to film as much as I wanted to, and I kind of just want to fill you in on what happened after those videos, or like, you know, just little details that weren't said during the whole filming process, because my husband's not really a YouTube person, so he wasn't really helpful when it came to vlogging while I was in the hospital. But we did try to get some, you know, footage and some pictures, so hopefully you guys enjoy that. So first, I wanted to mention that we went to the hospital for an elective induction. So I know a lot of people don't agree with getting induced or anything like that, but it was already a day past my due date, and I live pretty far from the hospital. So my doctor actually checked me at my last appointment. She stretched me out to 3 centimeters, and she said that you know, an induction would be just fine, that I had to wait until that Sunday, which was the day after my due date, which I was totally okay with. You know, baby's gonna come when he's ready, but you know, I'm gonna go with what my doctor feels is right, and if she didn't feel like it was a good thing, then she would have told me and we would have never done it. But we ended up going to the hospital at 7 o'clock in the morning, and everything was pretty cool. They brought me to my room, and it was actually a few rooms down from where I had Isaac, so that was pretty nice. So they had me change into a gown, and the nurse laid me on the bed. She did like my IV, my vitals, all that stuff, and she put the monitors on my belly. When she did that, she noticed I was already having my own contractions, but they weren't coming as strong or as consistent, so she wanted to go ahead and get me started on Pitocin. So at the time that they started me on Pitocin, I was 3 centimeters dilated, and that was at 7 o'clock in the morning. And I want to say it was around 11 o'clock in the morning when the doctor came in and she told me that she was going to break my water, because she felt like that was going to progress things. So we went ahead and we did that, which it was okay. It wasn't that bad. It just felt like really warm, like you're just peeing yourself. And she said that the water looked good, it looked clear, there was no meconium or anything like that. So then after that, I was able to get up and go to the bathroom because I really had to pee. And then when I came back, I decided to get on the birthing ball, which I'll post a picture right here. So Arturo has this thing with like all our labors. He always has to take that exact same picture. So we took one like that with Isaac, and then we did that one with baby boy. So we did that. I bounced on it for a little bit, and then she wanted me to go ahead and lay down and just relax a bit. She wanted to monitor the baby a little bit more. So that's what we did, and my contractions started coming along pretty strong. And she asked me, you know, are you ready for an epidural? And I said, you know, yes. So she put me on a list for it because a lot of the times the anesthesiologists are like in a C-section or, you know, doing other things. So she said we were second on the list. So I was dealing with my contractions, just breathing through them and trying to get through the pain. Anesthesiologists came in. I told them that, you know, I had a really bad experience with Isaac. I felt really nervous and my heart was racing and I was just freaking out the whole time. So he kind of already knew that. So he was already prepared, you know, in case I started to freak out again. So they asked if Arturo wanted to be in the room, and of course, you know, I said yes. I wanted him to be there, and you know, he obviously wanted to be there too. So then they started doing their thing, and I remember they put this thing on my finger that's to like monitor my heart rate, and I kept looking at the machine and I'm like, oh my god. And she's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, it's just that I hear my heartbeat and it's going really high and it's making me nervous. She's like, you know, just don't pay attention to it, don't worry about it. So I tried to like breathe, I closed my eyes, I just thought, okay, at the end of the day I'm gonna get a baby out of this. Everything's gonna be okay. I kind of just like hugged the nurse, and I just felt comfort. You know, it was just one of those nurses that you just appreciate so much, because they do so much for you. You know, like doctors, they come like last minute to deliver your baby, but the nurses are the ones that like see everything. They deal with you, they clean you, you know, they're amazing. So I was just like hugging her, and like I felt her warmth. She was just like so nice, and I tried to like really, you know, calm down. So eventually I did. I calmed down. I just laid down, I had a popsicle, and I just tried to relax as much as I could. And then that's when they started noticing that his heart rate was going down. So pretty much every time his head was going down on my pelvic bone and I had a contraction, his heart rate would go like really down. So they had me like move side to side, and then they had me go on all fours. And that's what I did. I went on all fours, and that was the position that he loved the most. So they had like this huge beanie bag or whatever, and I placed it like on my chest, and I was just laying on it, and Arturo took this picture right here. So I was like that for almost like an hour, I want to say. And you know, she said, oh, the baby's looking great. You know what, let's just try and see if we can go back to being on your back and see if you will be happy again. So we did that, and pretty much that's what we were doing. Then we did the peanut ball, because they wanted my hips to widen up a bit. So we did that. And like when you think of a peanut ball, you think of something like maybe like small. No, this thing was huge, like huge. So I put that in between my legs, and we were just using that for a while. Then they started noticing that like my contractions were coming like a lot. They weren't giving the baby like a break to like recuperate from the contractions. So they kind of like put my dose a little bit lower. What else? Then they decided to put this like monitor in my like uterus kind of, or like by the baby's head or something, and it monitors how strong the contractions are. Like the monitor shows the contractions, right? Like when you're having a contraction. but this thing actually monitors like how strong the contractions are, because they were worried that maybe the contractions weren't strong enough, and that's why I was probably taking so long to dilate. um, but yeah, that's what we did. So we pretty much went through all that, and then I think it was 5 o'clock. The doctor came in, and they wanted to go ahead and check me, so that's what they did. They checked me, and they said that I was already ready to go. I was dilated, and the baby was, coming. So they had me do like one practice push with the nurse, and as soon as I did that one push, they were like, "Oh my God, he has a lot of hair. Just stop pushing. Like, you're gonna be a great pusher." And they called the doctor, and they called everybody else in. Everybody came in. They had me like go a little bit lower, put my legs up, and all this stuff. And even before that, I forgot to mention, I'll post a picture right here. They had me also sit up like this on the bed to try to get him to come down, because he was a little bit too high. And they felt like maybe that's why his head wasn't putting pressure and making me dilate. So we did that too. And I was kind of like sitting in this like position with my legs like in a butterfly, to see if that would help. So we did that too. We did a bunch of things, trust me, it was like crazy. But yeah, so then it was time to push, and we started pushing. I want to say it was like 5:11 p.m. when we started to push, and things were going good. They were just like, I think I went through 2 contractions. So the first contraction, I started to push, and his head was starting to come out. And then the doctor was like, "Okay, on your next one, go ahead and push again." So then by the next time that I went through the other contraction, his head came out, but I don't know what happened, because things were just happening so fast. I remember Arturo was next to me, but then next thing you know, I got one nurse that pushed him out the way, and then she got to where my legs were, and then I had another nurse that got on top of the bed. She was pushing on my stomach, kind of like doing like CPR, but like on my uterus. It was like really weird, or like my pelvic area. So she was like pushing down on that, and then I had 2 nurses on my legs. They kind of had me like pull my legs like really, really back to where, like, I don't know, I was kind of like lifted. I don't know how to explain it, but it was like really crazy. And they were like, "Okay, mama, you got this, like push, push, push." So it kind of felt like he was stuck. Like, I don't know, like the way that the doctor was in front of me, and she was like trying to like move him, I just thought like, "Oh my God, like, is he like really that big? Like, is he stuck? Like, what's going on?" Like, I didn't think anything like crazy, because I wasn't expecting for anything to go wrong, right? So then finally he came out. He was so purple, like so purple. It was crazy. So they cut his umbilical cord right away, so I didn't get that like delayed cord clamping like I did with Isaac. They let me look at him, and then I think he cried once. They picked him up, and then they took him to the warmer, and Arturo went as well. So then the doctor went in, and she did what she had to do. She like delivered my placenta. She had her whole arm inside of my stomach. It was like weird. I could feel it up here. It was just weird. So she did that. They cleaned me up and all that. So then comes to find out that what he had was this thing called shoulder dystocia is the name of it. And what happened is he actually has marks on his hands from sucking on his hands when he was in my stomach. So the way that he was in there, he had his one arm in one position and his other one in a different one. So every time I was pushing, it was kind of like his head was like a turtle, kind of like it would go in and out, in and out. And then I guess when his head came out but his body wasn't coming out, they noticed that something was wrong. So that's why the one nurse was pushing on my uterus or my pelvic area, because she wanted to get him to be in like a different position, I'm assuming. And then the doctor trying to put her hands in there and moving him around and doing all these weird things. I don't know. But that's what happened. So as soon as he came out, they checked his arm. They wanted to make sure that his like collarbone wasn't broken, or had like nerve damage to his arm. But this is nothing that I knew about until later on. because they didn't tell me anything while I was actually in labor, and they probably didn't because they didn't want me to freak out. So I'm assuming that's why he wasn't tolerating the contractions as much, because the way that he was going against my pelvic area, it's just his position just was not good. But overall, everything went okay. He was born at 5'17". He was 6 pounds 4 ounces, 19 inches long, and he was my biggest baby. So they say that the reason why that also happened was because he was too big for my pelvic area. But he's super cute, and I don't know, I'm just glad that he's here. And he's sleeping right now. He nursed right away. He latched perfectly. Also, I did not tear. I had no stitches, no nothing. Everything just went perfect. As far as like postpartum wise, I did have a lot of bad cramping, and they say with your third child it's even worse. Also with breastfeeding, it makes your uterus contract even more. So these are things that you probably don't hear about, but if you're expecting, just know that those uterus contractions after birth, oh my God, they are intense. I do hear from my friends that formula feed, that if they don't have as much cramps as the breastfeeding moms. So depending if you bottle feed or breastfeed, it might be different for you. But yeah, he was waking up every 2 hours. I had him there with me, you know, doing skin to skin. Isabella and Isaac were so excited to see him, and I'll post a little clip right here from when they went to go see their brother for the first time. Yeah. Okay. Quiero tocar. Ay, no, me da mucho gusto. Thank you. Where's your baby brother? Let me see if you get the.
You're very small.
I know.
You're hungry already?
The baby's small. Mom, you're small.
Y se ve re grandotita, bien chiquito.
Es que lo di de comer
No lo podemos
y
hacer.
después de otro ahorita.
Espéralo.
¿Estás aquí? ¿Reintentar?
Yo ya le dije.
Pero si yo lo hago, pues yo lo hago y no lo envía y vuelve otra vez a aparecer otra vez.
Yo le digo
Give
que
me a
no,
kiss.
se me va a acabar mi pila. Yo le digo que porque si no trae muy frío esta vez.
He also had his first bath in the room with us, which I'll insert a little clip right here. Yeah, guys, so that's pretty much it for my labor and delivery story. We are exclusively breastfeeding, and I just have such an amazing luck when it comes to that. Like, my boys were like my best feeders. Isabella was like the worst. But I just wanted to come on here and let you guys know that I finally had the baby, because I didn't want you thinking that I was like MIA after the giveaway videos or anything like that. But yeah, his eyelashes are growing. He's just so cute. Like, I just can't get enough of him. Like, you want to put on like all the cute little clothes that they have, and he has brown hair like his siblings and brown eyes, and he's just a sweetie. But yeah, I'll do like a whole other update some other time. I'm gonna go ahead and insert a clip of me doing the random, what do you call it, selector winner off of this website. So we'll see who's gonna win the first video, which was the Bye Bye Baby bag. So I'll enter the clip right here of the winner. And now I'm going to show you guys who's the winner for the breastfeeding giveaway right here. forget, you have 48 hours to get in contact with me, so I can go ahead and send you your goodies. If I do not hear back, then I'm going to go ahead and choose other winners. Also, I want to say, if you guys do not have a Haka, like, you guys need to get one, because I already have more than 20 ounces stored, and I just literally pump my letdown each time I'm feeding him, and it's great. It's a great product. So let me go ahead and show you Isaiah, but first let me show you, this is what the Haka is. It collects my letdowns, and I already have a nice little stash. I haven't even started pumping. And I know you guys probably want to see my belly too, so let me show you guys that first. So my belly is getting back to normal, as you can see. And then let me show you guys baby Isaiah. So his name is Isaiah Angel, and he's so cute. Can you guys see him? Hold on. Let me fix this so you guys can see him better. Look. Yeah, friends, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it, and thank you so much, guys, for subscribing to my channel. I am literally so close to 1,000 subscribers. I believe I'm at 994 right now. So thank you so much for all you guys. I really do appreciate it. And just let me know some video ideas that you want to see down below, whether it's like a breastfeeding video idea, or if you want like a day in the life with a newborn and 3 kids. Whatever it is, just leave it down below, and I'll try to work on it for you guys. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye.